Today we're going to talk about things that could tick you off. Joining me right now, Francine Johns, who's a physician assistant here at Trillium Creek Dermatology. We're talking about ticks. It's no laughing matter. It can be a very serious situation.
It can bring a lot of disease.
Yeah, the tick season is here. What do we do, Francine, if we find a tick on us?
If we find a tick on us, we should remove it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
If it's still moving, just flush it down the toilet or put it in some rubbing alcohol.
No.
Do not pinch it. If it's attached, then we should take a tweezers, grab it behind the head, and gently pull until it releases. But don't put anything else on there. Don't hit it with a match.
Right.
Don't put any kind of caustic items on there.
Alcohol, none of that stuff.
No.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's talk about the diseases that a tick could carry.
In Ohio, we worry about Lyme disease,
We do.
which comes from a bacteria that lives in the tick's mouth, and they transmit to us through that bite. Acutely, it can cause fever, a rash that we call erythema migrans, which is an enlarging red spot, muscle aches, joint pains, facial droop.
Francine, what are some of the symptoms that these diseases could bring?
Initially, we can develop a fever and a rash. The typical rash with Lyme disease is called erythema migrans. It would be an expanding red lesion on anywhere on the body.
Okay.
We can get joint aches. We can get muscle aches, fatigue. It can lead to other long-term problems like facial droop or heart problems.
When do we see someone like you and come to Trillium Creek Dermatology? When do we finally say, okay, this is something more than I can handle?
Well, if we find a tick that we cannot remove ourselves, or we couldn't get the entire tick,
Right.
or if we start developing symptoms, we've been in the woods or working in the yard, all of a sudden we have an odd rash, or developing those fever symptoms within the week or two from that point.
Francine, is there prevention for ticks?
The best prevention is to avoid it. So when we're walking in the woods, we should wear high socks, tuck our long pants into our socks. You can wear repellent, but most importantly is to check ourselves when we return from those areas, and our pets and our children. Don't forget to check the hair behind the ears, important areas.
Very good. And it's also important to see someone like yourself or one of the 4 locations here at Trillium Creek that are welcoming us. Where can we go?
You can come to Medina, Brunswick, Wadsworth, Worcester, and of course, tcohio.com.
It's as simple as that. Francine, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us here at Trillium Creek Dermatology.